So what is going on with my former R&B diva girls? What is going on? Now, just yesterday, we got Kelly Price just crashing out about what she claims the trolls were trolling her. Hmm, I did another video on that. I have my own feelings on that. I think she overreacted. But now, today, boom, I'm walking through the streets and I see KeKe Wyatt's son, Raja, has come through and said basically he accused KeKe of exploiting his cancer diagnosis. He had cancer. I remember this because one, I was watching KeKe all the way back when she was on R&B Divas, and then I watched her own show um with her family, and I watched her when I've been following her. She's always vlogged herself and her family. She had a show on her YouTube channel, and she always kind of, brought her and the kids, and we always knew what was kind of going on with them. And I remember all this stuff about Raja, and Raja was a teenager at the time. He's grown now, but he's okay. But I remember him going through his situation, and he always was kind of like more of an introvert. He's more of he was a quiet kid. I felt really bad for him, but I don't know. I never really dove into really, did he want to do this? Did he not want to do this or anything like that? So seeing this now, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. But yeah, so he literally is saying that she exploited the whole thing. He did not want to come forth and discuss and film his illness and him being ill and all of that, that she actually did it for money. People donated money and different things like that. And then he says that basically behind the scenes, she said things and has made remarks that says that his diagnosis was his karma for him being homosexual. And that if the people knew he was going to turn out like that, that they could have just saved their money. I'm like, what? Now, this is him speaking. This ain't no mess I heard. I seen the video with him speaking. Listen, I'm going to tell you what I did. I went directly to the comments because that's what we do. Said, what are the people saying? Because, that's a whole mess. Let's go see what the court of public opinion is having to say. Baby, them comments, y'all are some evil, hateful somebodies, honey. I said, look at this. Look at this. It's very interesting, though. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked because I've been part of LGBTQ for, always was. So I'm not shocked at the mean, nasty, homophobic stuff that was actually in there. It just is kind of funny how people don't want to come out and just sit like I'm sitting now. You have just a few people who will actually do that, sit and say what they have to say. Now, I think that everybody should be able to say whatever they want to say. I really do. I think you should be able to say whatever you want to say, and then we just handle it however we handle it. But the hiding behind the screens because you can look down in my chat, it don't never fail. They'll be in here. They're here now. Behind the screen, there's no picture, there's no face, and they already jumped in saying their little stuff, but never just right up front and saying they're really weak vessels. They're really weak vessels. And the thing is, go ahead and you can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say, but why hide? Why hide and play these games? Because if you were face to face, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. It's just so ridiculous. But when it comes to this whole thing of like family and all of that, I don't know why people are so shocked, because it happens. First of all, KeKe has always been a wild card. Now, I don't know, because all we've heard is Raja's. To my knowledge, KeKe has not come out and said anything yet. I haven't seen KeKe make a statement yet. But would I be surprised at KeKe saying something like that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would absolutely not be surprised at KeKe saying something like that. KeKe has always been a wild card. KeKe, when KeKe gets in her feelings, she says whatever she feels. That's just KeKe. And for the most part, she's pretty unapologetic about it. Now, I dig that kind of thing. I do. I dig that kind of thing. I do. I dig that kind of thing. But here's the thing. She's a public figure. So when you're a public figure, everybody don't dig that. See, there's a whole bunch of people who have been supporting her over the years. There's a whole lot of people who probably went ahead and sent in funds and different things like that, who probably feel a whole kind of way about that. Some of them might be gay themselves. Some of them may have gay family members. Some of them were just plain old allies and don't appreciate that bullshit and that kind of thing. So that's the kind of problem that you start to have. And I'm just not shocked, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not. And I really did. I came down. I wanted to see how y'all actually was receiving it, because I'm not shocked. Are you all shocked? And again, I don't know if she said it. I can't imagine why he would lie. Again, I've walked this walk, so I know that there are people who are in your family, you are attached to them by blood, who literally love you just as much as they hate you. That's just the way it is. That literally is just the way it is. I literally have cousins that literally, I know for a fact that they have love for me, but I know that they have this whole little thing about me and my gayness, that they feel like I'm not as good as them. They feel like I'm like this outcast. But here's the thing. I don't go fooling with them, but they can't stay away from me. So this kind of thing like this, it don't shock me like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't shock me because I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like. And that is true homophobia. That is true homophobia. They're not afraid of you, and that's not what that means. So that's just a joke. That whole homophobia, I'm not afraid of anybody gay, and you know that that's not what that means. That's not what that means. At its core, it means that you have a problem with it. You have a problem with it. But the funny part for me, which amazes me, and I end up looking at the people like this, why can't you get away from the people? If you have such a problem with a person, and some, because again, when you're gay, for some reason, nobody can separate that. That's not just, well, I like blue. Well, I don't really care for blue. All right, let's go on about our day. We don't have to play in the crayon box together. But when it comes to you're gay, oh, well, I can't talk to you. I can't be, I can't be around you. Or if I'm going to be around you, I feel like I got to keep on mentioning it and keep on bringing it up. I don't know why that is. Like, you're not going to change it. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't jump off of people onto other people. None of that. You know what I mean? But it's always just a thing. So I'm always amazed by that. And true homophobes, how they can't stay away from gay people. I mean, have deep down issues, and it don't matter if it's a family member. Literally sit around and feel as though it is their right, their birthright to be mean to those people. It blows me. I'm like, how is it that you can't just stay away? Just can't stay away from you. Why can't you do it? You calling me on the phone, wanting to go places with me? Why? I'm not calling you on the phone, trying to go nowhere with you. I just have never understood it. I've never understood it. Now and then I always go to is, well, there's things that I do. There's services that I can perform that people want, you know. Oh, I want to be close to the hairdresser. Oh, I want to be close to the guy that can do this. So you get a lot of that. But there's some people that just, it goes deeper than that. They just can't stop themselves. They just can't stop themselves. Then there's levels to this. There's another whole part of it. Because when you say KeKe Wyatt is surrounded by the gays. Her besties, gay. Her brother, gay. Can't stay away from them. Can't stay away from them. But when she get pissed off, yeah, I can see KeKe saying something like that. I really could. I really could. And not just, oh, I was in a fit of anger. Yeah, in a fit of anger, I let it come out. But that's how I actually feel. So it's going to be interesting to see whenever she comes forth, because she ain't going to be able to not come forth. Yeah. KeKe? KeKe? You know KeKe ain't all there. KeKe. And yes, she is very wrapped in the church. So I'm sure a lot of that will work into it and all that. But just to be mean enough to tell your child that you feel like their diagnosis is their karma. And when I went through those comments and I seen so many people who were like, she ain't told no lie. So what about all of your family members who perish to cancer, who actually were not homosexual? You feel like them getting cancer was the wrath of God about something that is deemed as a sin? Do you feel as though that's why Nana, that was in her 70s, perished due to cancer because she did something? Is that the same? Do y'all feel the same way about that? Did Nana get cancer and check up out of here because she was screwing the mailman, and your auntie is actually belonged to the mailman around the corner? And did God just came back and grabbed Nana later on in the years and took her on up out of here? Is that her karma? So just a question. Just a question. Because that's what we're saying. I'm telling you, y'all got, if you see any of those posts, just go straight to the comments and check out the comments and see how people really think. It's eye-opening. It's eye-opening. It is. It's child, I was entertained. I said, look at y'all. Look at y'all. And then they arguing back and forth with each other. Males and females. It's not one group of people. It's not black people. There's other ethnicities of folks. It's just people in general. And it's just nice to really see people actually speaking out about how they feel about things. Listen, this is a very interesting world. And sometimes you need to take the Band-Aid off and see what's really being said. But oh yeah, things like that get said a lot. And as goes for KeKe and how she is always surrounded by gay people. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you this. Gay is different too when it's your own. I know plenty of people who their parents are ace buku with somebody that's gay. But then when their kid come out as gay, they got a whole issue, damn near disown their child. But meanwhile, been running with gays this whole time. I've seen some of everything. I'm telling you, people never cease to amaze me. Never cease to amaze me. It's going to be very interesting. And I'll pretty much be waiting with bated breath to see what KeKe actually does. And it's so funny because I looked at him. I looked at Raja. Raja, just as cute as he could be, he looked just like her. Said, girl, you literally said, if you did say this, you looked dead in your own face and said that old nasty shit to a face that you created that looked just like your face. That is wild. That is wild. But them comments took me out. I said, whoa, y'all giving it up tonight. I said, come on with it. Baby, my finger was going so fast. I said, wow. But y'all knew I was coming and I was going to throw it right back. Is it the same thing? So if y'all really feel that way, I'm talking to the phobes at this point. If y'all really feel that way, that God would literally come, and then one, I had cancer, so we can just go with me, and we can just leave Raja alone. We can go with me. I had cancer, and I was in my 40s. Was that my karma for being gay? Was that my karma? Do you feel that was my karma? And if you feel like it was my karma to get a cancer diagnosis, then there's the next question. Did God change his mind? Did he change his mind? Because I can tell you, now for me, I can't speak for Raja, but I can speak for me. When I got my diagnosis, I sat with that same God that y'all swear don't like us, that y'all swear gave it to me, he gives it to us, and it's karma. I sat with that same God, because he and I got this whole little thing. We be talking and stuff. You know how y'all be saying he don't hear me, but we be talking and stuff. And I didn't cry. I never dropped a tear about that. I never begged to stay here. You know what I said? Once I found it out, I said, thy will be done. And I left it right there. I left it right there. And if you don't believe me, you can go back and check out my videos, because I surely talked about a lot of this stuff back in 2015 when it was going on. Yes, I said 2015. I'm 10 years and I'm still here. I'm still here. So if it was my karma, did he change his mind? Because I didn't beg him. I didn't even ask him to stay here. I didn't ask him to stay here. I sure didn't. I said, that will be done. If it was my time to go, that was fine. I was literally fine. I made peace with it because I really had nothing to complain about. Have I had the easiest life? No, I'm gay. I'm gay, and my gay don't turn off. So, no, it wasn't the easiest life. Not at all. But it was life. Do you know that there's nothing like living? There is nothing like living. No matter what kind of life it is you get, it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be. You're made for whatever it is that you're made for. So again, I'm going to roll it back. If that is karma, you're gay, so cancer's your karma. Why did he let me survive it? And I'm 10 years into the future. Into the future. I didn't know if I was going to make 44. And I'm 53. I'll be 54 in January. Did he change his mind? Was it something about me that he changed his mind? And it surely couldn't be because I begged and said, please let me. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I said, whatever you have for me next, that's fine. That's cool. It's cool. Take care of my mama. That's who I was. I dropped one tear during my whole situation. And that one tear was about my mama. I was worried about my mama and how my mama was going to receive that and how she was going to deal with that. That was what that was about. It wasn't about me. I wasn't worried about me. I was good. And I'm still good. I had a good run. And listen, this second run, baby, when they said, you good, go on over there and ring that bell, I said, oh, baby, I'm a life of the party. And I live these days just like what they are. I got a second run at it. That don't sound like somebody who their karma was to be sick. Because I would have said that if I came back, if I was gay and then I went ahead and looked death in the face, because I looked death dead in its face, and come back heterosexual. Then I say, maybe you're all right. But when I came back, baby, I came on back and got on. I said, okay, got up out of the hospital and everything. It's like, go ahead on. And I'm still homosexual. I am still a rainbow rider. I am still part of the LGBTQ. I still am not attracted to women any more than I was before I took my first chemo treatment. So I'm going to have to say that that's some bullshit y'all talk about. That's some bullshit. God don't work like that. No damn wrath like that and then change his mind. When you ever heard of God? God told the woman, don't turn around. Do not turn around. She didn't turn around and half of her turned into salt and half of her turned into pepper. She turned around and whew, done. Because you didn't listen. You didn't listen. He don't be changing his mind whenever he gets that wrath in him. Ain't no change in his mind. When you ever heard of that? I ain't never heard of that. And as far as I know, KeKe's boy is doing just fine. So did God change his mind on him too? So now let's throw it back and then I'm getting ready to get out of here. What about your family members who got diagnosed and didn't make it? Do you feel as though that was their karma for something they did in the dark back in the day? I bet you don't. I bet you don't. I bet you can't say that old nasty shit about Nana that ain't here no more. I bet you can't. That's just another time when your phobia allowed you to go nasty and you said something that you thought was going to hurt somebody's feelings. Like I said, weak vessels. Man, if you see any of these things floating, y'all got to go to the comments. I promise you. Go now. I got a dark sense of humor. I do. I got a dark sense of humor, and I like to look at it and see what are y'all really saying and how do y'all really feel. I want to hear the conversation that's really not being had. That's what I want to hear. But if you are weak of heart and faint of heart, don't go to the comments because, baby, the folks are carrying on in the comments. Do you understand? Carrying on. Child, listen, I love y'all for real. Even if you don't love me, it's just the child, y'all amaze me, honey, and I'm so entertained by you all. I'm Pittsburgh accent because that's where I'm from. Steel City, born and raised. Yes, indeedy. Steel City, born and raised. So I just thought that was very interesting, and I just wanted to see what y'all thought about it. But yeah, go check it out. It's going to be very interesting. I have a feeling that we're not done with this. It's going to be interesting to see. Is KeKe going to come out and say that it's all a lie? I looked in that baby's face. I don't think so. I don't think it is. And I've been following KeKe for a very long time, and it just screams KeKe to me. But I mean, whatever. And am I upset with her? No, not at all. I promise you, I'm not upset with her. There will be some people who are, but I'm not. I am not upset with her. I like you when you come and you say, listen, I don't like you, or I don't like this about you, and it's this, and this, and then I can just deal with it, and not you sitting around being all fake and phony, and then later on, because nobody's that good of an actor or an actress, it comes out later, and then when it comes out later, then that's when my Capricorn vengeance will light your ass on fire. So to avoid all that, just come out and be like, look, this is how I get down. This is how I feel. And then we can go forth. So I'm not really shocked if KeKe really said these things. Nope. And I'm telling you, when I looked at him, I'm a pretty good read of the room. I don't think he's lying. I don't. I think something pissed him off. I think something definitely pissed him off to make him blast her. There's something pissed him off to make him blast his mother like that. He knew when he clicked that button that he could end his mother. Something went down to the point that he was willing to end his mother. because she could completely be canceled. I mean, it's not like she's really blowing up the scene anyway. Like, when's the last time we had a hit from KeKe? You know what I mean? She working, scratching and surviving with 20 kids. You know? So it's not like she's living, you know what I mean, living the life. And she's not reached the heights that she should even reach. Because she's extremely talented. Extremely talented. But something like this could really put a stop to the little bit of momentum that she has. And I know he knows that. Something went down that triggered all this. So that's it. I'm done. I don't have anything more to say right now. But I don't think this is the last conversation about this that we're going to have. So I'm going to have my ear and my eye to the street. I'm waiting to see what KeKe has to say. And Raja, baby, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, I'm not attacking your mother, but I'm saying just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep your head up and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just go on and live, baby. Go on and live. You got a second chance. Ain't no need to be hanging on to that shit. Go on and live, baby. Go on and live. All right, y'all. I will talk to you all later. Ooh, because there were some mean things that I could actually say that I wouldn't say if we're going to talk about karma. I think some things are better left unsaid. I ain't going to mess around and get myself canceled. But we just talking about KeKe Wyatt. We're talking about KeKe Wyatt. And then I'm just going to leave that right there. And I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Bye.